Imagine a city designed for you, where home is everywhere, where you connect with others, where you connect with your environment. I believe our cities can be everything we dream of if we share one vision, a vision of a city for the mobile generation, like you and me. Because we changed the rules. We don't believe in work-life balance anymore. We believe in work-life blend. Because we want to be home everywhere and travel the world with our friends by our sides and our phones in our pockets. We live in the cloud, no strings attached. This is a great art piece by Thomas Saraceno, Cloud City, which inspired me a lot. And so what does a city for the mobile generation look like? What is the future of cities? At the MIT Media Lab, I'm part of the Changing Places group led by Kent Larson, where we ask these questions every day. I believe in a city for the mobile generation, we are enabled wherever we are. So just imagine for a second, sitting in a park and you want to eat a taco, and it's brought to you by Amazon Air. Just imagine you're in a coffee shop sitting outside in the sun and get prints delivered to you you ordered minutes ago. How cool would it be if the city brings you whatever you want, wherever you are? Because with your phone, you have an address. Imagine mobility being truly on demand. Let's get rid of all private automobiles. We talked about car sharing a little bit today. So you can walk, you're mobile, and if it's too far, you can take a bike anywhere, and you can get places fast and easy. And if you want to go to IKEA, an example people always ask because you can't bike there, you can rent a car, and it will come to you autonomously. And you don't even need to drive it, because the car of the future will know when you just want to sit back and relax and listen to your favorite song. Imagine your life being entirely mobile, where you work, play, and chill anywhere. Between co-working spaces and shared apartments all over the world, your network is international. You make friends on every continent. You bring them together for projects you care about. You connect. Connectivity is, in fact, the key to a mobile lifestyle. We build enormous infrastructure to make sure we're always connected. We shoot satellites into the sky, into the space, so that we have a connection. Google is inventing balloons to circle our Earth to make sure we have cellular service. Facebook just announced a connectivity lab where drones are going to bring us Wi-Fi. That is how important connectivity is to us. But I'm really sorry, I have bad news. Because we're forgetting something. An essential piece for this mobile lifestyle to work, the backbone of connectivity, ubiquitous power. And not just indoors, but outdoors, on the go, everywhere. Because what is our smartphone worth connected to the cloud when you're sitting in the subway trying to map your ride and your phone runs out of battery? Without power, you cannot get deliveries anywhere. You cannot get transportation and spaces on demand. You can't even communicate with your loved ones or with your friends all over the world. So I decided to be brave and start a company to bring you ubiquitous power, to bring it to the city. As a persuasive technology designer, I've been running into the problems and limitations of power head-on. It was Jesse Schell who made me think about how it would be when my phone would remind me to eat breakfast, exactly knowing if I opened that cereal box or not. Or my toothbrush bugging me to go and brush my teeth because I went to bed again without brushing my teeth. 200 billion connected devices in 2021. It's kind of a scary number. So I thought at the time, Internet of Things meet persuasion, and you're going to have a bright and wonderful future persuading us to be happier, healthier, and more sustainable. But there's a catch. If we want to track every step we take, if we want to know where we are, when we want to send friendly reminders asking you to reconsider that pizza you're about to eat, you're going to need a battery 10 times its size of your phone for an entire day to get through and get all these friendly reminders we all love so much. Batteries are not going to get any more efficient very time soon. We're actually on the limits of battery efficiency. And of course, we can dream of wireless power in the city just provided like Wi-Fi, and there's a lot of people working on that. But the limits of physics are pushing this into the future. And we need a solution now. I've always been very interested in energy, and I think it's because I grew up in a very energy-aware household. My mom always told me to shut off the lights. We had water, which was warmed up by solar power, and also my mom was always bugging my dad that we can't eat meat every day. And we bike places. Freiburg is, in fact, a really green city, and we had the first Green Party mayor in Germany. I guess that is why green is in my DNA. But I'm also German, so I love cars, which is why it's no wonder, I think, that I started to get into this field when I started working on electric cars and thinking about energy distribution within cities. So I was not just looking for any solution to bring power to the city, but one that is green, one that is sustainable, one that connects the people with where our energy is coming from. So I wondered, how can we bring power to the city? How can we create a ubiquitous network of connectivity? How can we seamlessly integrate it into our urban environment? Rely on renewable energy sources, and of course, most importantly, make it fun, social, and sexy. We knew charging takes time. I mean, everyone here knows how it is if your phone is almost dying and you're trying to get 5, 10, 15%. You're going to sit there for a little bit. So we thought about situations in which you are in the city working, chilling, or playing, trying to get powered up because your phone is dead. We thought about situations when you're sitting at a bus stop, when you're sitting in the park with friends, in the coffee shop, or at a soccer field watching your kids play. And all of these situations have one thing in common. You sit. So what if we brought a solar-powered seat to our city for you to charge up? What if those seats were connected in a network and promoted renewable energy? There was just one way to find that out. Demo or die, one of the Media Lab manners we go about. So we built these two beautiful prototypes and showed them at the World Innovation Forum in New York City. And we were so excited to bring the agenda of ubiquitous power onto the agenda. And a fancy prototype is great, but especially for what we're trying to do, it was really important to deploy. So a few weeks later, my advisor, Kent Larson, called the mayor's office and said, can we deploy some of these seats in Boston? And so the idea of Ines and Nan and I came to life. We started working like crazy. We cut so many sheets of plywood. I learned how to pour concrete, which is one of the most exciting things I did in my life. I was full of epoxy. My entire wardrobe could just be thrown out after this project to make seats which could be durable on the Boston Greenway. So we brought our 180-pound babies onto the Greenway, and we watched. We just watched people using them, talking about them, dozens of people charging in a day. It was super interesting for me to see how some people became experts, explaining to others how they worked and that they were solar powered. And that was really, really, really awesome. It's a feeling one can't really describe when your own product finally is in the urban environment and you sit there hiding in the back watching people using it to see how they interact with it. But I didn't just watch. We went and asked the people. We asked feedback, wanted to understand if this was a solution, how we could bring power to the city so that you can charge your phone. And we got a lot of feedback. And we had two main learnings. One, the seats were actually not very social. We heard that over and over again, and I couldn't agree more. Two, especially talking with the city of Boston, the design was not modular enough. It couldn't adapt to existing street furniture, and a ubiquitous deployment would be too expensive and couldn't be done. So how about a bench? And how about that bench has a modular solar-powered charging hub attached to it, which solves both concerns regarding the design. With the bench, we have a solution to bring power into the city, integrated seamlessly into our everyday life without disrupting what we already know, because it's just a bench, right? So it's going to be time to connect all the benches to the internet. And we want to do that everywhere, but we're going to start in Boston. And I'm really, really excited that I can announce today that we're going to be working with Verizon and Cisco on bringing benches to Boston. And we're talking with San Jose on the West Coast to take them there next. So each charging hub and bench will be connected to the internet. That is how we can tell how much power we generate and how much we give back to the people. And this also unlocks an amazing opportunity to piggyback sensors into our furniture. So I don't know how much you know about sensors, but they're really advancing, and we can measure so many things with them, like air quality. We can measure smoke, odor, exhaust, quantify levels of noise, quantify levels of people flow. And we can all upload that to the cloud and visualize it for you so that you understand more about your city, so that you understand more about energy. And we create social spaces at the same time. So even imagine, and this is one of my real true dreams, we really imagine that one day there's even going to be an address for a drone to bring you a delivery. Because drones also need to sit and charge up. It's because these are the things we need to think about when you think about a city for the mobile generation. This is what our cities can look like, where we can get anything no matter where we are, where we can get everywhere however we want, where transportation and spaces are on-demand services, where we are connected with each other, with the environment and the city, and we're always powered up. The reason I'm standing here today is because I want our cities adapt to us, to our times and to our needs, to our mobile lifestyle, and our need for real social interactions. I think all of us should think about cities, because they are our future, and we will be shaping them. Thank you.